Hey, we're here.
I got my drink in my hand. I got my CD. It's a listening party.
How's everybody doing? Yay!
We finally did it, James.
What
What's
did
that?
you do?
We talked him into it.
We did talk him into
Yeah,
it.
we did.
Yeah.
And you all helped by voting.
Thank you very
Thank you.
much.
Yes.
Yes. The release of Tim Ellifritz's self-titled album.
In
Tim
entirety.
Ellifritz. We're going to play it in entirety.
And
Yeah.
What? Yeah. We're going to play it tonight. We're going to listen to it.
It's going to be funny because on Facebook, if you're watching this, it's probably going to be muted. And it's going to be funny because it's going to be a copyright claim
Against myself.
on Tim against himself.
So, are we supposed to go take it away, Tim, on every song?
I don't know about that.
Well, I think we should. But first,
we have somebody very special with us
Yes,
tonight.
we do.
Yeah. Thanks for coming here. And we have
Tyler.
Hey!
Our very first guest.
very first guest in the
Sip and
studio.
Stream.
Sip and Stream.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, I meant live IRL.
Live,
That's
yeah.
what I was trying to think of. IRL.
IRL.
Live IRL in
In
here.
real life.
So we
Yes.
were talking earlier, and we were saying how this is so cool that we get to do release an LP and we get to listen to it.
Yeah.
And Tyler, you had something good to say about that.
I said that LP actually stands for long play record, but I guess for this instant, it stands for listening party.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listening party. Remember when you used to get a CD and listen to it? Oh.
It's still fun.
Or
It's-
a
yeah.
record. A
I
record
always
and
forget
listen to it.
those days.
I never forget those days.
On that note, I must say, I need to propose a toast to Tim.
Oh,
Yes. To
Thanks,
Tim.
man.
thank you
See
so
this.
much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for the music.
And thanks everybody out there in your living room or whatever room you're in and for
Yep.
joining us.
Yeah.
Raise your drink up. Cheers.
Hello.
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Yes.
So,
So
Wow, that ice hasn't melted a lot.
are we ready to start listening?
I think we should
Is there-
start. We're going to do it was there a couple things we
think
wanted to
yeah,
remind people of, right?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
wanted to welcome Tyler and talk about. Oh, we posted links for YouTube, so you
Yep.
can go
Yeah.
on my Facebook page, so you can get
Yep.
it on,
Yep.
get to it on YouTube.
And
Tim,
we're going
might
to do
just while we were just so everybody knows, you can ask questions if you want to know something
Yeah.
from him because we're
Oh,
going
hell
to do
yeah.
that too. And if you type them in, then in the comments, and we will ask him, or he can answer them himself, whatever. But anyways, Tim, do you want to introduce these first couple songs?
Oh, sure. So
and tell them that's how the process is going to go. A couple songs. and then
yeah, we're going to do
couple
double shots tonight. So we're going to do two
boy.
songs, and then we're going to talk about it, and then two songs and talk
Oh,
about it,
no.
and two songs and talk about it.
I can't do 2 shots every time.
Kelly cannot have 2 shots.
We'll pour you little ones. We'll pour you little ones, Kel. So the first 2 songs, Last Days of May and Padded Cell. Last Days of May is a solo classical-ish guitar piece. It was written actually to be the intro to Padded Cell, and that Last Days of May was written Last Days of May, which we talked about last time, and it was our pre-roll music, and
Right.
now we changed that tonight to a new tune that we're working on.
Yeah.
And what else can we say about those songs? You guys chime in. I got the whole band here.
I know.
These are the dude. These are the men. The men
You're-
over here.
You're going to think this sounds funny because I played drums on a lot of the album, but honestly, Last Days of May is one of my favorite songs on the whole album because I'm not playing on it.
I have to say, Tyler, you probably would agree with me that we are blessed to have been
Yeah.
asked to do this. It's
so that way you're not
it truly is
critical
an
of
honor
each
to
other.
him, really.
And
For yourself.
I'm blessed that you guys contributed as much as you did. It was a great experience doing this. So
I need overalls. Sit there, and go, yep.
is it time?
Oh my God.
Is it
Anyways,
time to listen? And we'll
It's time.
Hold on. Do I hear elephants?
yeah.
Yeah.
Telling us that we should start these. So,
song.
Kelly, I think you're right. We should say it. Tyler, you got to do it with us. You got to do it with the hands. Take it
Take it
away,
away,
Tim.
Hey,
We're back.
We are back.
nicely done, you guys.
How are those 2 shots?
Hey, now I got a question kind of for you and Jamie,
Yeah.
Tyler and Tim. But okay, so the last time we were doing our last song, our not replay, our request for the last song, and we were playing this.
It was that song.
Yeah, it was that song. And
That is so.
Jamie was listening to it, and he was like, "You hear that? That was like, do you hear those drums?" All I could hear when I was doing the recording was I could hear those drums.
Feel them.
Yeah, you could feel them right in his chest.
Because as far apart as Tyler and I look right now on your screens, that's
Yeah.
how far I was from the drums.
Yeah.
And he's not a petite drum player.
He is the
Kinda
clock.
loud.
Not demure
kinda
at
loud.
all.
He's the clock master.
So kind of what was the vibe, you guys? I mean, really, you did a lot of songs. What was the vibe?
Well-
like, how did you?
Do it?
Yeah.
Well, I sat and I recorded everything and I recorded all the guitar parts to drum machine parts
Right.
that were some of them impossible to play.
No, not
Along came Tyler.
I did my best, but
And Tyler nailed most of them. Some of them were they weren't created by a drummer, so they were kind of impossible. A
It
couple,
was
Not
the
a
idea,
couple
necessarily.
though. It
notes.
was the
you know.
feel of,
Yeah.
of the songs.
And then I'd put down a half done bass part and give it to James.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and then we would come together downstairs
right. And wood shop it.
and wood
Yeah.
shop and we would I'd give them the recording. We'd get together, we'd come together, we sat in the room downstairs and
we played it over.
play it
And
over
over,
and
and
over and over.
Yeah, there was
And go,
probably
no, not like that.
And I even
or
like
10 days
Yeah.
maybe.
Yeah.
Actually
Wow.
go,
it was to the point where I actually had brought my iPad and iPod to like record what we had done so I could go back and like listen to the parts where Tim was like, "Yeah, we got to do that differently."
Yeah, and
so I would be
yeah.
listen back to that at home and then come back here and I would be like, "All right, I think I know what you want to do."
Yeah.
And then we would all change our minds.
Yeah, and we were learning, and I was learning recording and producing at the same time. So
Yeah.
it was the perfect exercise. So I would then go back and we recorded every time.
Well, I was going to ask you this question at a later time during the show, but since you brought it up, what effect or what did being part of PLAP do to this production, to you producing this album?
Being part of Produce Like a Pro made it come out and sound good.
Absolutely.
well, it was, I mean, every time.
But I mean,
Yeah.
I'm sure you've recorded prior
Right,
to
but
being with
it,
that.
it made me make it better.
Right, it got
every
better
time
and
that we
better.
would do it was the next week when we got together.
Yeah.
There would be, it's like, oh, well, I tried this mic on it, or I moved this,
Yeah.
or
There's a lot of
did something
experiments.
different with combining the two mics into the single channel on a
Or whatever,
on a-
yeah.
the various different tricks that they come
Yeah.
up with, and then you go, and he gain structure. I think was
Yeah.
a big one when we discovered we didn't have to push it
Yeah, it's
as
like
hard.
we don't need
Right.
that
and
much.
all of a sudden things started
Yeah.
coming
Working.
even more open. You can hear it through the songs, actually, I think.
yeah.
Well, would now be a good time to hear a couple more?
Yeah,
Alrighty.
yeah. I
Well,
Don't
think
forget,
so.
you guys,
Oh,
If you guys have
if
questions,
y'all want to know
Oh,
something,
wanted to say hi to everybody.
ask
Well,
Yeah, I
them.
better
okay.
say hi.
Brother
Yeah.
Tom's out there. Hey, Thomas.
Tom.
Liam Irwin, hello. Michelle, hello.
Liam. Hi,
Brazai.
Kara.
Who else is out there?
I don't know, I just
Jeffrey,
turned off my phone.
Steve, Jeff. Jeffrey Britton, Jeffrey Kellogg.
Dave.
Brady.
Tyler
Dave.
John
Donna.
Peters on.
Hi, Donna.
Hi,
Yes,
Tyler.
I am
Tyler.
here.
Hi, Tim.
Jamie's
Hey,
on.
Tom's on. Hey,
Wanted
Tom.
to throw
Cool.
a message out.
Tyler,
Michelle's
this
on.
is cool having you here. This is cool.
Yeah.
I
So,
like
Michelle,
it. This is fun.
I think it's time for the next two songs. What are
Oh,
those
yeah.
next two
Let's tell
songs?
everybody,
What are the
though,
next two songs?
Real
They
quick,
I
are.
have to look.
real quick, tell them where they can find the numbers by them.
oh, Sunflower.
Oh, yeah.
So, we're going to really take a change here.
Yeah.
Sunflower and Zona.
Yeah.
So, like,
Kind of mellow.
let's sit back and
Chill.
chill.
Have a
And we'll
sip.
say,
Have
This
a
is a
sip.
little chill segment.
Yeah.
we'll say, take it away, Tim.
Tim.
Back at ya.
Hey.
So, Tim, Zona.
Zona.
You
Yeah.
went to Zona?
Huh?
Did you go to Zona?
Yeah, I was in Zona. So I was in Arizona. It's a couple of years ago. I took a trip to Arizona and to see a friend that I hadn't seen. Carla, how you doing, Carla? If you're out there, I hadn't seen in like 30 years. So I went out to Arizona and spent some time just driving around being the tourist that I never could be. I was always in Arizona, driving through the desert. I was always going from this place to that place doing a show or whatever. And I loved the area, and I never had time to visit it, to like go to the Grand Canyon, to like drive through the desert and just stop wherever I wanted to, and go to the those what are those caverns, those canyons called secret canyons, whatever. But
Sedona?
Carlsbad.
Oh,
Caverns?
Carlsbad.
Oh,
I went to Sedona. Yeah, I did all that. So I went to Sedona.
Tim was standing on the corner.
in Winslow, Arizona.
And he
Such
sent
a
us the
bad
picture.
guy.
Yes, and I did.
Oh my God, we can't say that because that might get blocked.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I got
But he
another
was.
question.
But yeah, and then when I came home, that's the tune that I wrote after I came home.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
you guys sitting here now, Jamie and Tyler, and you too, Tim.
Yeah.
So you guys sitting here now. I've heard little things tossed around while we're listening, and the stuff that's in the background. I've heard things like mandolin.
Yeah.
I've heard bongos. I've heard things about how
Oh yeah.
easy it was.
in Sunflower.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
in
Sunflower originally had this
Right.
in it, but it had to go away because it was too distracting.
Did that have the waterfall in it?
Yeah.
No, that Vibe has the waterfall.
Vibe has the waterfall.
Your
believe how
waterfall.
loud that
Oh,
thing is.
yeah,
Wow.
Vibe has my waterfall.
That's another story.
But-
That's another story.
Tim, what were you saying about the bongos on the,
The
song
bongos
now?
we try on Sunflower. We tried to put bongos to it, but it just the way that I played that song, I recorded it all acoustically, and it just the tempo or the meter fluctuates and floats a little bit. And Tyler had some good words
Yeah.
to describe that. And
I mean, as a drummer describing this, it's like it just breathes. And this is crazy for a drummer to ever say this, but I think it breathed more without percussion at all. Like, I think it was just good with the string instruments, the way he did it. Like that percussive mandolin work, that chicka.
Well,
That
he-
was the
he
first thing
also-
you
It
mentioned.
was
Yeah.
enough.
Yeah.
He also said that he had very little to go back on to do because you are such a good clock keeper.
Well,
yes,
I didn't.
that was in when we made
Yeah.
the videos. See, the videos of Zona, the last one we watched, were all these different recordings that we did live, and then I took them and put them all together into that video. And I was amazed at how little time shifting, we'll call it, I had to do of the video
Yeah.
because things lined up so good
Because somebody
because of Tyler.
because he played it.
We had tried doing a click track, I think, to a couple of the songs, but
And
we
we-
resolved to not do a click track, and
we didn't do any.
we didn't do any click tracks.
No.
The only thing I think we did a click track on was when we were kind of flushing out ideas. When you had programmed some of the drum parts, and you
Yes.
were like, "Hey, try playing along to this," and I was like, "Okay." So
It is. It's very hard to. You would think that mechanical precision would be
would
helpful,
help you,
but
yeah.
it's not because
No, we did most.
it's
Because
it-
sometimes the tempo breathes a beat per minute or two.
Yeah,
you know?
every tune that we worked on downstairs
Yeah.
and recorded, we did not use a click track.
It's really
No,
it's-
not really.
You'd actually have to be there doing it to see that it doesn't. It's you'll be because it just it has
Like a
ebbs and
living
flows.
thing,
It's-
right?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
tide. It's got waves. It even within a small section, you might have one part that moves forward a little bit. You're a little ahead of the beat, and then another part where you're a little behind.
Yeah.
And you don't even realize it, but it
Right,
just
but it
happens.
happens.
Yeah, it's the nature of it.
Yeah.
And that was all.
I knew
there
those
we go.
pachyderms were coming soon.
Did we have that? Did we have that screen made?
Which one?
The Pete screen.
No.
Pete won't let us make that
won't let-
We
screen.
tried to make a Pete screen so that he could be here, right here in the middle. We thought,
we want to show you Pete.
and but
Pete says no.
yeah, he is.
Pete and the pachyderms overruled us.
Pete
So,
and the pachyderms.
so that was Sunflower and Zona.
And Zona,
And
yeah.
Zona.
And next is one that started off. totally different feeling.
Yeah. Oh, it started off
From
as
what it became.
4/4.
It was like a ba-da-da-da, which I was like.
and you always called it and said it was an anthem.
Anthem. It was just
so
that
you
chord
named it.
progression was beautiful. It was just
Oh,
this
Jamie named that.
descending.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he named
Came
this
up with
one.
that.
It was this descending line, which is still the same chord progression.
Bless you.
But now it's a.
Did you get any on
It
you?
went from
No,
like
no, I'm
a-
good.
almost like a straight
Not all
on
wet in
rock
my shirt.
kind of beat.
I know. I don't have a handkerchief, so I had to think fast.
Yes, James. Sorry.
Here, you want to use my coffee cup?
So yeah, so what ended up happening is I went and turned it around. I
Yeah.
said, let's do this 3/4
Or
Yeah.
instead of 4/4.
And I was with that. I was
6/8
like,
or
yeah, let's do
8/12
Or
it.
6/8 or whatever it actually
Yeah.
technically turned out. Frank or
Yeah.
Max or Lucas
1, 2.
or you can tell us what time signature.
And the
we're really
second
in.
song, Vibe, is the one that has the waterfall on it, but you got to
Vi-
listen.
Yeah, you have to listen very closely in the beginning of it, and if you got your good earphones in or your good speakers on, got your big speakers on, right? Got your big speakers on. So
Motivational.
before the elephants trample over us,
We better get
I
moving.
think we
Okay.
better play some music.
Yeah.
So
All right.
here's Anthem and Vibe.
Take it away, Tim. Nice.
All right.
Yeah, that was nice.
Yeah.
Did you hear the waterfall, Kelly?
I did hear it.
Because that was the waterfall at your house.
I know.
If you listen very closely in the beginning and in that break, there's this little waterfall. in
Don't
the
you have a
background.
video of you recording that?
Yeah, probably.
It was two mics on
He
the end
didn't
of
fall
something.
over.
I had two microphones and an XY pattern on the stand, and I'm standing in front of
Moving
a
it
waterfall,
around the waterfall.
moving it around so it had this motion to it.
I saw the video like
What are you doing?
WTF, and you know what that means.
So tell us about the ending of that. You guys were chit-chatting a little bit.
Yeah, what about the ending of that?
Oh, the ending of Vibe.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Trying to get that because it's just kind of a
It's
it,
a
it
different
has a
ending.
weird counts to it.
Yep.
And it took us, like Tyler was saying,
It's like 5 or 6 takes at least to get that ending part.
just
And
to
going
get
back
the
and
ending right.
Going-
Yeah.
because you had programmed something, or you had recorded a guitar part maybe with some sort of click track to it.
Yeah.
And we were going back and listening to it, and I was like, "Well, what's the count there?"
Well, I think
it's like,
yeah.
like is it 4 then 3 and then 5, or is it 5 4 3?
And
What do you
it's
want?
it's 4-3-3.
yeah,
That was the 4-3-3 ending.
Yeah.
And that's not
Yeah.
actually technically the way to call it, but that's the way we talked about it. It's the 4-3-3.
4-3-3, right?
It was a little weird.
A lot of people.
But I loved it.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh no.
And actually, that ending wasn't on any of the demos that I made with the drum machines. That ending is what we came
What
up
you
with
came
Right.
up with.
Oh,
I
yeah.
remember
when
that
we
developing.
we developed that
Yes,
ending.
and saying they're going, how many times he doesn't play this the same every time? What the
Yeah,
hell? What the
so we had
hell,
to like
man?
standardize it, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't deal with this. It's skewing my view of reality in the world.
Yeah.
I got a question for you guys because I've been hearing like people are saying they're likening it to this artist or this artist and different things like that. So, of the three of you guys, what is your influence?
You go first, Tim.
Artist.
On what?
Like
you
what
mean
artist
overall?
influenced you? Yeah, just give me two.
Two.
Yeah,
that's
we don't
hard.
have time for your whole life.
I don't have. We don't have time for
You're
who
married to a
influenced me.
musician and you only ask for two.
I can't.
I can name some right off the bat. Steve Vai.
Yeah. That
Okay,
influenced
Jamie's
me.
Jethro Tull.
Oh.
Right. Tyler, Dave Grohl.
I actually more animals as leaders. I really like animals as leaders.
Okay.
Their drummer. I like with the polyrhythmic stuff that
Yeah,
Matt
there's-
Gartzka does.
There's so many things. I mean, it's
Yeah. There's
There's
so
a lot
many.
of
Tim
and like
is-
I can't just
is-
pick one or two. Same with him. Like I know.
I mean,
these
we're
two
playing
guys.
with a guy that can go from playing the leads in
Yeah.
Padded Cell to
To like finger picking.
or the finger picking acoustic things, and
My influences are all the way back to Jimi Hendrix and Jimmy Page.
yeah.
Mm, yeah.
And then it was all the guys, and then there were so many in the 70s up to, and then the biggie in the late 70s was Eddie, which
Yeah.
I don't play a lot like Eddie, but he was a huge influence.
Influence.
Yeah.
And then it was Randy Rhoads, and
yeah.
then it was
Stevie Vai.
Then it was Satriani and Steve Vai and Eric Johnson, and then it was and then I went through another phase where it was like go revisit the early 70s and Steve Howe and Jeff Beck and that kind of stuff, and there's so many influences.
there's
you know,
Okay. How
Well,
many
Petrucci.
guitars?
or and then Petrucci, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, Petrucci.
Wow.
Dream Theater.
Bless you.
Yeah. Petrucci.
You got a tissue?
Which, yeah, and it's a melding pot of everything.
How many guitars did you play on this album, Tim? Different guitars.
Oh God.
All of them.
Jesus.
Dangerous question.
At least half a dozen.
There's at least one guitar you played on this album that you don't own anymore, right?
No.
Wasn't there? You still? Oh,
I own all
Which
of them.
one, Tyler?
What were you
I
thinking?
was trying to think. I thought you got rid of one of your guitars,
the
or maybe it
nylon-
was an amp.
The nylon string you played
You
on
still got
this,
the
the
nylon
acoustic.
string.
The nylon
Taylor
string,
you
the steel
played?
string Taylor. Then we had the Gem, we had the Les Paul, we had the Telecaster.
You had the AJ Strat.
Yep.
We had the EJ. Yeah.
Did you play the Charvel at all on it?
The Charvel did not get played on it.
Really?
Well, I hear another
And
album
which
coming.
amps did you play, Tim?
Yeah.
Huh?
What amps did you play for? Now they're shamelessly plugging Friedman and Mesa Boogie.
My
but-
Friedman and my Mesa. And didn't we use the Fender,
The Fender
on
Right,
for
yeah.
the rhythm parts in that last song?
Right.
Was it?
Yeah. Yeah.
I was thinking of the
I
amp.
just plugged my bass in direct
Yeah.
to a direct box and there
and played it.
that's
Right.
Yep. There we go.
I feel the ground. I feel the ground shaking.
Oh my God, the elephants are going to come after us.
Oh God.
But yeah, but as a side note, I'm trying to think which one of those it was. There was one of them that has a very strange. I guess it was Vibe, as they was the
last one.
It's this really weird timing, and that took some sitting there going, what the hell is Tim doing? And Tyler's doing
I heard
and
it.
we're all sitting there trying to make this whole thing, and it's like this. It's doing this, and then it just kind of went and came together
It
like
came to a sphere, an orb.
like the three ropes.
Yeah.
Steve.
in
So
a-
Steve said yes, and
lines
the
in a
Allman
row.
Brothers had a baby. And Steve, yes, that is exactly what that vibe.
What was it? Who?
Steve
Yeah.
says, if yes and the Allman Brothers had a baby, that's what I
That'd be
consider
Timmy.
vibe.
Pretty accurate, actually.
It's very accurate with a hint of Jimmy Page in there. You know,
That's a good
Yeah.
one. Andy Tullis says Rick Emmett.
yeah. Hey, Wheels, Bruce
Shannon
Wheeler's on.
Dwyer's on.
Hey, Bruce.
Jeff Britton's on.
Comments.
We knew that. He keeps saying, like I said, Sally's on. Tom, your brother, is on. Cousin Sherry. Hello. Hello.
Sally.
We won't tell you her other nickname.
No.
No, that wouldn't be
No.
nice.
Jenny wants more cowbell.
It needs more cowbell.
That's
Here
one
they
thing I
come.
never used.
Anyways, we're going to play the next two songs.
What are these
because
next two songs?
You guys don't
They
want to
are-
hear us talking about all this
Letting
crap.
Go.
Letting
and-
Go.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sweet
Sweet
Dreams.
Dreams.
So
Yeah.
Letting Go is one that I wrote late 80s, came up with. And
We probably shouldn't ask why you were letting go.
On the Tim Ellifritz album.
it's, you know, you always got to
Life.
let
gotta let
go of
stuff go.
something.
Yeah.
So it's kind of dark.
It
And
is
then
very brooding.
It's brooding, dark and brooding.
Very like it's searing,
Yeah.
seething. That's a good
And then
word.
what was the one after that? Oh, Sweet,
Sweet
Dreams,
Dreams.
which is
Yeah.
one I
Yes.
wrote just a couple years ago.
Yep.
Yeah.
Bless
you.
you.
Bless you. It's
Oh, my
contagious.
Oh, man.
Allergies. Bless you.
That pollen will get you.
Yep.
Thank God you don't
what do
have
I
an
hear-
elephant
What do I
nose.
hear out the window?
Wait.
They're out there. I hear them. That's live. Live people
The
concert.
peepers.
How does an elephant
called-
sneeze?
Mother Nature.
How does an elephant sneeze? Through his trunk.
I'm guessing, regardless of how he does it, it's going to be messy.
That's how an elephant
there-
sneezes. Thank you, Pete.
All right, so I think it's time to move along to those songs, right?
Yes.
Yep. So we should say, take it away,
Tim.
Tim.
Hey.
Wow.
So
Music's great, but darn that stuff, that
But
technology stuff.
Facebook says that it stopped. So, so we
you
don't
can
know.
switch over to YouTube. We're still on
It's
YouTube.
Yes.
it's still on YouTube. I don't know
We're
why.
working on it.
Yeah.
So, Pete, did you try?
I clicked it. I did that.
Did it start again?
It looks like it started again.
Okay,
All right,
it
let
might
me-
have
No,
started.
refresh
no,
here
it
to make
just
sure.
died. It just died again.
It just died again.
shit.
Okay, so we're having problems with Facebook, but we are on YouTube.
While we're playing with this, Tim, could you tell us about the artwork and the photography on the CD
You can't
Huh?
toggle.
Oh, the photography. Well,
and the
Pete-
artwork?
Pete, the man behind the curtain, the man behind
Yeah.
the scenes here.
Our wonderful wizard.
Yeah, our wizard over here is the man who did all the photography for the
That's
album.
right.
And Anne Gregson Rendino did all of the wonderful artwork for the album.
Is it watercolors?
It's all watercolors. I gave her recordings of the tunes before they were mastered, and she and just said, "Paint what comes to mind."
Really?
And-
But they
and-
fit perfectly.
They do. And Anne, I love you.
not back
It's
on
awesome.
Facebook.
It's not back on.
Well, darn
All right.
Facebook.
Pete, can you stop? Can we stop it again? If we go over to replay or restream,
We're going to try to.
We're gonna try and. Yeah, we need the paid version. That's probably we're using the free one.
Goddamn cheapskates,
So-
man.
So
What's with
Toggle,
these
it'll
copyright
work.
productions?
Trying to do a professional show on a dime. Now,
Okay,
come on.
so for those of you that are watching,
so I'm just gonna put go on to
YouTube.
YouTube. Go on to YouTube. It's
I will share that too myself.
still
Share,
going
proceed.
there. Sorry, I'm doing this. Live. Blah
Yeah,
blah
well,
blah.
we're all
we
trying
make
to.
do.
And let's see. Do I have that link?
I just posted.
I
it.
just posted it too.
Okay, post. All right. So
okay.
This is live and we wing it.
yeah, we just
Oh.
roll with it.
We're
Whatever
going to
happens.
hope to get
So-
back on
No big
Facebook. But right now
deal.
we're running on YouTube.
Yes.
So
You can go over to YouTube and watch it, and then we have to tell you that the way that you can find this music is to go to. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Are you ready? Look down,
below.
Down below. You see,
Below.
it says TimEllifritz.com. The link
Yep.
down below.
Down
there.
below.
You go there, and it's got links to all the music, all the streaming platforms, my YouTube, my Spotify, my iTunes, my
Nipster, Napster, whatever the heck it
the
was.
stuff is. It's all that
kinds
stuff.
of, yeah.
Yeah.
And
Nipster?
yeah, sorry. Sorry that it broke on Facebook. Facebook did this once before to
Yes,
us.
they did.
Yeah.
yes. What did we
and
do to
you
get
know-
it back?
That's why we need to stay with YouTube.
Yeah. So it
Works for me.
It works. So in that last song we introduced the guests.
Well, that was the next thing, because you three didn't play on the whole album, right?
Right.
Right.
We had recorded most of the album up until the pandemic hit
yeah.
us last spring.
The
And we had just a little bit to go.
what shall not be
And,
named.
and then we all started honkering down. That's what we all did. And then Jeffrey Britton has a studio, and Jeffrey mixed this entire CD. He did an amazing job mixing it. And then another shout out to Mark Ashfield from Cosmic Audio in the UK, who mastered it.
He's a master engineer, right?
Yeah.
Which he did a little note you posted. I
Yeah.
saw.
That was nice.
He did his unboxing of the CD video and sent it back to us. It was kind of
It
cool.
was kind of cool.
It was like Christmas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so
Well,
we're going to. Jeffrey started playing in that last tune.
Uh-huh.
And then there's a couple more tunes that Jeffrey's going to play on. Because where are we at here in the list?
Next is Life and Wannabe.
And,
Right.
and
Yeah.
Vinny Leddick joins us in this next song.
Correct.
So the next song is me, James, and Vinny.
Yep.
It's a life.
And Tyler.
It's a song that James and I recorded back in the 90s at Sweet Fish Studios. If anybody remembers that, then
I
that
remember the
dates
picture of
us.
seeing Jamie sleeping.
Yes,
Yeah.
that was when I had. Yes.
Yeah. And
That
It was a
feeling
rough
well.
weekend.
Yeah.
and it's been recorded 3 times. I think this third time was the charm on this one.
Yeah. But
I think we got
the
it.
original one was by design, very minimal. That was
more acoustic.
It was
and
more
very minimal.
acoustic-y.
And this one is more progressive.
Yes, it's
And
got.
it escalates.
Wait till you
does.
hear the guitar solo. Oh my god!
And then "Wannabe" is a song that I wrote when I was a wannabe.
Wannabe what?
That was
I
on the
want-
4-track.
Want to be what?
I wrote it on my. I want to be Steve Vai or Joe Satriani or Eric Johnson. I wanted to be
rock
one.
star.
I wanted to be a rock star, man. So
Still
that's
do.
from the '80s, and it's like take your guitar, put it on, and floor it.
Everything, yeah, really, it was. There
That's
was
what it is.
a shitload of notes.
Put the
There's a
pedal to
shitload
the
of
metal.
notes
Let's
in this.
go.
So before, sorry that we dropped you on Facebook, and
Sorry.
it's not
Yep.
coming back. But the elephants are getting restless, and it's time to play.
So let's play Life in Wannabe.
Deep within the shadows, in the corners of your mind, there's a gift we've all been given. Some have yet to find. It brings a warming feeling, a light to shine the way. It's pull ever stronger with every passing day, every passing day. Every passing day. Young man, I know too much about too little to stay the same. Our eyes shut with selection to subconscious rules of change. We must quit lying and hiding, hiding in our lives, believe in our hearts. What we see with our eyes, we see with our eyes. We see with our eyes. This day is born from yesterday's decisions from the past. To our youth, it must convey burning life so fast. Feel sorry for your children's children, they are the ones to pay for the way we like to hurt ourselves and the way we live today.
I felt all that.
Big rock ending.
Wow.
How many notes can we
Children?
play in here?
Yeah.
Parents, don't let your children try that at home.
Yeah.
Dude, that should be like a song for extreme sports, right?
That's-
That's what
That's
it,
kind of the
that's
idea,
the
yeah.
idea, and I want that. I have to go back and revisit that because I wanted to get that in a Warren Miller ski flick.
There's a couple of them that could. Padded Cell would have worked for that too. I think.
Have Paul Hyde do a
And-
dirt bike run.
And
Yeah.
I
Or
was,
Brave Dave.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's an extreme.
Yeah.
It fits extreme stuff like
Yeah.
surfing, skydiving, heli skiing.
So
Yeah.
Tim,
Yeah.
what was the name of that kite came from? Because
Wannabe?
we're supposed to be interviewing you.
Wannabe. Well, as
Yeah.
we went like we said before, I wanted to be, at a certain point, I wanted to be Satch,
Yeah.
or Vi, or one of those guys.
You
You
want
know?
to be a rock star.
He wanted
Yeah.
to get the girls.
No, I wanted to play guitar like that. I wanted to play guitar. like
Although
that.
Yeah.
getting the girls,
But,
wasn't
but if I could
bad
play
thing.
guitar,
A turtle? You can play like a turtle? He does it on his back.
I don't think he's picky. He'd probably do it on his back, on his side. I don't think it matters.
upside down, whatever.
We'd have to flip him over, Dame.
Yeah. Anyways, again, if you're wondering where you can get this,
Yes.
look down
Yeah.
Yes.
here.
So you can get this. Go
Yeah.
to timellifritz.com
Yeah.
and you can find out where you can get this
Or
music.
get a hold
Yeah.
of any one of us, and we can
Yeah.
help you
Just
out with it.
Message
Yeah.
us. We have the
Oh, right. Sorry.
the old
I was slouched before, and now I'm sitting
the
up.
old. Tyler, did you move out of the
I am
frame?
sorry.
Oh no, we have the old fashioned CD for you
Yes.
folks that still use these because I listen to CDs and that's what
Right.
started this
La,
whole
la,
live
la,
stream
la,
thing.
la.
Oh, I
I'm
dropped it.
over
That's okay.
Yeah, and it's
Pick it up.
actually
Maybe we can see your cleavage.
It's 44.1 kilohertz here, which is better than you're going to see on YouTube or whatever. And then you could have it for yourself forever. You could have your picture taken with
Yeah.
it, just like us.
And
Yeah.
I can't believe Facebook dropped us.
You
I'm
can
still
sleep
kind
with
of
it under your
annoyed at
pillow.
that.
You can sleep with
yes.
it under
It's
your
very
pillow.
comfortable.
You can fondle your unmentionables
My
with
husband
it.
would be
We don't
like,
care.
What are you doing, Kelly? Well, I'm in bed with Tim and Tyler and James. And
CD under
Pete's
the
there
pillow.
too. And
And yeah,
Cheers,
and
everybody.
Michelle saying,
Cheers.
yeah, extreme sports are really messing up
I
eggs
know.
over easy when you're hungry.
I was
Okay.
just about to mention that comment.
now I got a really stupid
Michelle, I'll tell you.
question now.
All right,
That
what
was
is
a lot
it?
of notes.
Shoot.
Through all this that you guys have been playing, and I know this might be a little preemptory because there's a couple songs left, but how the hell did you know when it was done?
We didn't.
For a
Tim
while,
did.
we didn't.
Yeah, we didn't. When I finally said, I'm exhausted, I can't.
Like, it would have never been finished.
Now,
But-
as,
But was there like this certain expectation that you had that you go, okay,
well,
I gotta
actually,
stop?
Well,
or,
I will never stop.
Tim, I think
Right.
this would be a good way. That question,
It's a good
this
question.
kind of goes back to the whole. This album was created originally. It had a different title that was
Yeah.
already kind of in mind. And would you share that with us?
Yeah, we started to do this a couple years ago, and the original intent was to call the album 2020 because
This was in 2018.
most
Yeah, this
most of this music is music that I wrote over the past few decades. So it was a look back,
because you had taken
Yeah.
taken leave of your longtime job.
right? And well, I started even before that, but that's that's how it got finished. I left my longtime job and finished the album, and but it was going to be called 2020 because it was looking back at all this music that I had written over decades and going back to it, revisiting it, finishing it up, and we were going to call it 2020. And then 2020 happened, and it was like, we're not going to call this
Like 2020 vision, but then 2020 the year.
Right.
Yeah,
well,
yeah. So
And there was another thing also was that the everything had, the music became clear. It like your
and
vision.
the music
the
became clear.
The vision became
Yeah.
clear. Yeah,
And-
it became the reality.
And there's little things of the album
Yeah.
that if you look at the artwork on the front, each it's an aperture
Yeah.
Yep.
like a camera.
And
And
iris.
each blade of the aperture or iris is a piece of the slice of the artwork for each song.
Yeah.
And it's all about, looking
the
back.
cool
And then if
shades
you
on the
look at the
back.
back, it's a picture of my hometown with some glasses, and it's all about looking back at where you came from and what you've done. And that was kind of the concept for the album. But we didn't
That's
call
really
it 2020 because, there's so much negative
We
about
don't want to
2020.
remember anything about 2020.
But the bulk of this was done in 2020
Correct.
or very
Just preceding
just
it. Yep.
preceding it, yes.
Yep.
And
Hence the self-titled album.
And all the artwork was done by
the ground's shaking. I can feel
I
him.
hear
I
the
don't hear him
elephant.
yet.
Oh, stop. We told you we were going to interview you. We don't care what Pete's pesky pachyderms say.
How is Pete today?
How is Pete?
Yeah,
How are you doing, Pete?
Pete, we haven't heard from you.
I'm fine.
Okay.
Good,
Great.
good.
Great. I'm so glad you're here helping out with this.
Oh, we love Pete.
Yeah, because he almost said this when we lost Facebook.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on.
Hold on.
He almost said,
He almost said,
Oh, shit.
wait, we didn't hear that, Pete. You gotta,
oh, he went back.
I got to.
He didn't know shit.
he almost said,
Oh, shit. There you go. I said
Yeah.
It's good.
oh my
it. The
God.
mic wasn't on that time either, so I wanted to do it.
It was hysterical when that happened. I haven't laughed that much since the whole COVID thing started.
Yes.
It was, oh man, belly
Oh,
laughing
God.
for a half hour.
What
So-
doesn't kill you makes you stronger,
It's
right?
not good for my belly because
What doesn't kill you, it doesn't kill you.
Anyway,
Yeah, right.
What doesn't kill you only injures you further.
so we got,
doesn't
we
kill
got
you.
an encore
Let me tell
here,
you, the
two
older you
songs.
get, the worse the injury.
Yes.
And these two songs are actually
Or the last
Tyler
two.
and I aren't on them.
Right.
No.
So
Who's
let's
on
turn
these?
off our
Well,
cameras. We're leaving.
On the
I think
last,
you sit your asses right there.
No, we're
the last
stuck with
two
you.
are Walt McKibben is playing bass.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
Jeffrey Britton is playing drums.
Yep.
And Vinnie Ledick is singing on one of them.
Correct.
And the whole vocal and lyrical concept and content of the next song, Pandemania, which we did in the midst of the pain in the butt part of it
Yeah.
in last May, 1 year ago, was Vinny's idea. And so I did some music. We laid it down. We belted it out in I don't know, it was like a matter of days. And we nailed this song out.
It's got a totally different feel
It's got
to
a-
it than
yeah.
anything
Yep.
else.
And then the one that follows has a very, very, very totally different feel from everything.
Yeah.
Really.
It's called Java Train.
I know
So
that.
I think we should just take a listen now, right?
Okay.
Take it away,
Tim.
Tim.
Wake me from this dream. Shake me, make it stop. Caged up, wanna scream. Every day this keeps going on. I'm just a simple man, but even I understand there's gotta be a better plan. Defeating COVID-19 means we've gotta test everyone we can. Testing, testing, testing. That's how we get ahead of this. Still, how many lives will be sacrificed as they cover up why they ignored the signs, dismissed the advice that could have saved those lives, but for the politics? To put a number on it, we have over 4 million people infected worldwide. We've got mayors, governors, and feds all bidding against each other for the same PPE supplies. Mass hoarding, prices skyrocketing, and no end in sight. Outrageous is the fact that the death rate in the United States has risen greater in 90 days than in the entire Vietnam War outright. COVID-19 takes another life. Day after day, the death rate keeps climbing despite the stay-at-home mandate. After all, I guess it shows they consider the economy to be more of an asset than any human life. It's gotta be a crime to define these times by who gets to live and who's gotta die. I can't take this anymore. Just give me the truth.
everyone on those front lines, from those in healthcare saving lives to those of you stocking and shipping supplies. From the first responders, EMS, police, and fire to the cashiers, mechanics, bankers, and delivery guys. You're heroes, each and every one. You throw us the rope, we hold on and we hope that we can stay anchored to a normal life. But all of you heroes and all of us face getting sick, questioning the unknown of what comes next, relying on the protocols and our own common sense, facing uncertainty and holding our breath. We all understand firsthand why we cannot hold the hands of family and friends, but the saddest part is how it crushes our hearts when they're the ones facing the end. And the body bags keep stacking up in a makeshift morgue outside. Consider this, governors of many states now are ordering people back to work knowing the conditions will increase infections and loss of life. It's gotta be a crime to define these times by who gets to live and who's gotta die. This is turning into a surrealistic nightmare.
This is life 2020. Stay at home, wash your hands, keep your distance, wear your mask, take it easy, save your cash, keep engaged with video chat, stay informed, learn from the past.
Who knows what comes next?
Q.
Oh man. I love that.
What an unusual mix of tunage for the ending there.
I know.
Yeah, but
Tim again?
It left us
Thank
happy.
you.
It left us happy.
Thank you.
Slouch a little
Yes.
again,
And
please.
Thank
Tim-
you all.
Thank you.
Well,
Oh, Tyler,
I
you're
wanna
sitting up
thank-
too straight.
Slouch a
Oh,
little
God.
bit.
Yeah. And thank all
Thank
you
you for
guys.
encouraging my bad posture.
We
And
must have
Tim?
moved your camera midstream.
I want
Oh,
to.
no, you didn't.
I want to
moved.
thank you for sharing your creative process
Oh, you're
with
welcome.
us and everything. What is next on your creative bucket list?
Oh, well, I have lots of
Ba-doody-ba-da.
scribbles and scratches of tunes that I think we're going to have to work on. And, our pre-roll music tonight was one of them.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
That was a jam
one.
that Tyler and I were working. Jamie and Tyler and I were working on it one night, and that actually had me playing bass in it.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, a few of the songs actually. I think "Anthem" actually was your bass line for the most part.
Yeah.
Certainly, the parts in it where it got that little kind of free form. What was that? That was like a F sharp minor thing, whatever that was.
I don't know
Yeah,
what it was, but
and it's and that was Tim's idea, and I just kind of
I'm OCD and a control freak, and I'm always like, gotta
Yeah.
be this way.
there is a little. I never
You don't
knew it. Now,
notice it.
I've been playing.
You don't
with,
notice it.
I've been playing with Tim for. Well, I mean, obviously Willie Playmore for the last
17 years.
I was Jamie.
And,
did you notice? I was like, I'm right on the tip of my tongue, ready to ask you a question. I'm like, don't do it, Kelly. Don't do it.
I blocked it.
What was it?
I was gonna say,
wanna know.
musically, you've been playing with Tim for how long?
But I mean, obviously, it was Adirondack Blue in the '90s, and
Jorg posted
But the,
10 elephants. Oh, awesome, Jorg.
I totally forgot what we were talking about there.
Yeah, that happens.
Oh my god! But it's
Tyler.
okay because
Yes.
it's legal now.
Yeah, it's legal now.
No, because I really didn't do that.
No,
but-
we didn't.
Yeah.
But
Tyler, what do you think? Being here for the first time, listening to this, we're having our listening party.
See, I've heard the album before because Tim gave me a copy, but it's
Well, you played on it too.
yeah, I did.
really,
It does
Really?
hit. It hits differently, as the kids say,
Yeah.
when you're sitting in a room with the people you made it with,
Yep.
and live streaming it and having questions asked, and
It's been very interesting for me
Yeah.
here to listen to you guys. And you asking Tim like what guitar he used, or Jamie's like what happened with this riff on this bass, and
Right.
and your drum. It just is.
and
It's been
still
interesting.
evolving. I mean, like you said,
Yeah.
there's more parts to come, and
There's lots more tunes in the hopper.
And
There's
that's right.
there's lots
we
of
all
stuff to
have-
work on.
We all
Right.
have some of that. in
Jamie's
us,
got
and-
stuff he's working on.
and I want these guys in on it. I need somebody to write words and sing and write the music
Yeah.
mostly because I'm mostly untalented.
Oh, bullshit.
No, nonsense.
Bullshit.
You're talented.
Tim
it's,
says he can't sing, and I heard his harmonies on some of the songs. So don't tell me you can't sing, Tim.
Yeah, you totally can. Both of these guys can sing.
I
Don't let
know.
them fool you.
I know.
You know, everything has its time and its place.
It's what
Yeah,
you're
I guess is a
comfortable
good
with
way.
and what you push yourself to.
Now, you know what? What should we do for an encore?
We don't really have anything.
I have an idea.
Row, row, row your boat.
Row,
gently down the
row, row your
stream.
boat.
Merrily down the stream,
Merrily
down the stream,
merrily,
merrily, merrily, merrily, merrily, life is but a dream.
Merrily,
Merrily, merrily, merrily, merrily, life is but a
merrily,
dream.
merrily,
Row, row your boat.
Merrily, merrily.
99 bottles of beer on the wall.
Take one down. You guys know any sea shanties?
The oranges are wonderful.
Yes. All right, so,
No
hey,
scurvy there, right, James?
on that note, Facebook, F you
man.
for dropping us.
Yeah.
You're going to
Facebook,
regret it
but,
when we're rock stars.
Yeah.
Thanks,
By the time
Tyler.
we're 70.
Anytime. Thanks.
We
Thank you guys
really
for having
enjoyed
me.
having you here.
And I had an
And as
idea.
always, to Pete,
Yes, thanks, Pete.
Yes, thank you, Pete.
You're welcome.
we love you.
And,
And a lot of people switched over from Facebook,
Yeah.
came over to YouTube.
Thank
They
you.
did.
Thank you very much for doing that.
Thank
We
you.
appreciate
Great
it.
migration happened.
yeah, thank you everybody for watching, and thanks for hopping over to YouTube. to
Tim,
watch.
thanks
Thank
for
you.
Sticking with us,
making
man.
that music, man, because it's
Thank you guys for putting up
Ride
with
or
me.
die.
awesome to listen to.
It was
It's-
easy.
As as usual, I'm in awe.
All right.
It's,
We're all in awe, and it's of you guys. Thank you.
all right. Well, thank
Have a
you.
good night,
Kelly.
everyone.
And thank you,
Peace.
everybody.
Peace out.
Peace.
Love ya.
Thank you.